The billion-dollar business of wastewater. Every day, you flush the toilet, wash your hands, take a shower, run your dishwasher, and within seconds, thousands of liters of dirty water disappear. Out of sight, out of mind. Most people assume that's the end of the story. It isn't. Because the moment wastewater leaves your home, a trillion-dollar economic machine comes to life. An industry so essential, cities would collapse without it. Factories would shut down, food production would slow, power plants would struggle, and public health would spiral into disaster. Here's the strange part. The companies making fortunes from wastewater aren't famous. They don't sell flashy products. They don't dominate headlines like Apple or Tesla, yet many quietly generate billions every year from something the rest of us literally flush away. Even more surprising, what was once considered useless waste is becoming one of the world's most valuable resources. Water, energy, chemicals, even precious metals, all recovered from sewage. The future of wealth may not come from oil or artificial intelligence, but from the pipes beneath your feet. This is the billion-dollar business of wastewater. And once you see how it works, you'll never look at a sewer the same way again. Level 1. The invisible industry. Everyone depends on. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and every wastewater treatment plant in your city stopped working. Within hours, sewage backs up, rivers become contaminated, hospitals face sanitation crises. Factories shut down because they can't discharge wastewater safely. Businesses close, tourism disappears, disease spreads. Entire economies begin losing millions every single day. That's why wastewater isn't simply an environmental issue, it's economic infrastructure. Just like roads, electricity, and the internet. Every developed economy depends on it. The average person rarely thinks about wastewater because the system works quietly. Underground, hidden, invisible. But hidden industries often become the biggest businesses. Think about logistics. Shipping containers, data centers, cloud computing. Few people see them, yet they're worth billions. Wastewater belongs in the same category. The world produces hundreds of billions of cubic meters of wastewater every year, and that number keeps rising. More people, more cities, more factories, more demand. Urbanization is accelerating, manufacturing is expanding. Water consumption is exploding, which means wastewater keeps increasing too. And wherever demand grows, money follows. Level 2. Who actually makes the money? When people hear wastewater, they imagine government agencies. That's only part of the picture. Behind every treatment plant, there's an entire ecosystem of private businesses. Engineering firms design facilities. Construction companies build them. Technology companies develop advanced filtration systems. Chemical manufacturers supply treatment products. Equipment companies sell massive pumps, valves, membranes, and sensors. Software companies monitor water quality using artificial intelligence. Maintenance firms earn recurring revenue for decades. Some companies specialize in industrial wastewater. Others focus on municipal systems. Some lease equipment, others sell long-term service contracts. It's not glamorous, but it's incredibly profitable. One wastewater treatment plant isn't a one-time purchase. It's an ongoing business. Every day, equipment wears down. Filters require replacement. Chemicals need replenishing. Sensors need calibration. Pipes require inspection. The money never stops flowing. That's why investors love infrastructure businesses. Customers cannot simply stop using them. A city can't decide, we're skipping wastewater treatment this month. It's essential, which creates stable cash flow, the kind Wall Street loves. This is why many infrastructure companies quietly outperform expectations over long periods. Not because they're exciting, because they're necessary. Necessity creates predictable income. Predictable income builds enormous businesses. Level 3. Turning waste into wealth. Now comes the twist. Modern wastewater plants don't just clean water anymore. They manufacture valuable products. Let's start with energy. Wastewater contains organic material. Bacteria naturally break it down. During that process, methane gas is produced. Instead of wasting it, many treatment plants capture the methane, then use it to generate electricity. Some facilities produce enough power to run themselves. Others sell excess electricity back to the grid. Waste becomes revenue. Next comes fertilizer. Human waste contains phosphorus and nitrogen. Farmers desperately need both nutrients. Mining new phosphorus is becoming more expensive, so companies now recover it directly from wastewater. What was once pollution becomes agricultural profit. Then there's recycled water. Many regions now treat wastewater until it's clean enough for industrial use. Agriculture, landscape irrigation, and in some places, even drinking water. As fresh water becomes scarcer, recycled water becomes increasingly valuable, especially in drought-prone regions. Every drop reused means one less drop extracted from rivers and reservoirs. Water itself becomes an asset. Suddenly, wastewater isn't waste anymore. It's inventory. Level 4. The global water crisis is creating billionaires. Here's the larger story. The wastewater industry isn't growing because people suddenly became environmentally conscious. It's growing because the economics changed. Water scarcity is becoming one of the defining challenges of the 21st century. Many regions already experience severe water stress. Population growth keeps increasing demand. Climate change creates unpredictable rainfall. Agriculture consumes enormous amounts of fresh water. Manufacturing requires massive volumes too. Data centers, semiconductor factories, food processing plants, mining operations, power generation. Almost every industry depends on reliable water supplies. Without water, economic growth slows. Countries know this. Governments know this. Investors definitely know this. That's why billions of dollars are flowing into water infrastructure projects worldwide. Desalination plants, advanced recycling systems, smart water networks, leak detection technology, digital monitoring, industrial recycling facilities. Entire investment funds now focus exclusively on water. Not because it's fashionable, because demand is almost guaranteed. Think about oil. Countries can sometimes reduce consumption. Think about luxury goods. Consumers can delay purchases. But water? There is no substitute. Every person needs it. Every factory needs it. Every hospital needs it. Every farm needs it. This makes water one of the strongest long-term investment themes on Earth. And wastewater sits at the center of that transformation. Because the cheapest source of new water is often the water we've already used. Level 5. The hidden fortune beneath our cities. Here's something even more incredible. Scientists have discovered that wastewater contains tiny amounts of valuable metals. Gold, silver, copper, platinum, rare earth elements. The concentrations are small, but cities produce enormous volumes of sewage. Across millions of people, those tiny amounts begin adding up. Researchers continue developing technologies to recover these valuable materials more efficiently. That's only one opportunity. Another lies in data. Modern wastewater systems are becoming digital businesses. Thousands of sensors monitor flow rates, chemical composition, pressure, temperature, equipment, health. Artificial intelligence predicts failures before they happen. Machine learning reduces operating costs. Automation improves efficiency. The future wastewater company won't simply operate treatment plants. It will operate data platforms, and data creates additional value. Some utilities now use predictive analytics to reduce maintenance costs dramatically. Others optimize chemical use. Some detect industrial pollution before environmental damage occurs. Technology is transforming an old industry into a smart infrastructure business. Then comes carbon. Wastewater plants increasingly participate in carbon reduction initiatives. Renewable biogas replaces fossil fuels. Recovered nutrients reduce mining emissions. Efficient treatment lowers energy consumption. Environmental regulations reward cleaner operations. What once cost money now creates new revenue streams. This is how industries evolve. The winners aren't always those who invent something completely new. Sometimes they're the ones who find hidden value inside something everyone ignored, exactly like wastewater. Conclusion. History is full of fortunes built from overlooked industries. Railroads, electricity, waste collection, shipping, cloud computing. Each looked ordinary, until they became indispensable. Wastewater is following the same path. Every flush, every shower, every factory, every hospital, every city feeds an economic system most people never notice. An industry turning pollution into clean water, waste into energy, sewage into fertilizer, infrastructure into recurring profits, and scarcity into opportunity. The biggest fortunes often come from solving problems everyone has, not creating products everyone wants. That's why the billion-dollar wastewater business matters. It's not really about sewage. It's about resource recovery, infrastructure, innovation, and one of humanity's most valuable assets, water. The next generation of great businesses may not be built in glamorous skyscrapers or flashy Silicon Valley offices. They may be built underground, inside treatment plants, beneath the streets we walk on every day. Because while most people see something to flush away, the smartest businesses see something to invest in. And sometimes, the greatest wealth isn't found by discovering something new. It's found by seeing hidden value where everyone else sees waste.